Hi, welcome to A Bear and Company. My name is Avis A Bear and I have my friend Karen here. And today we're going to be cooking gumbo. She wanted to learn how to do the New Orleans style gumbo. So in a previous video, you're going to see our shopping spree that we went to our stores Fiesta to get everything that we need for it. But we're about to get started here. And you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, let's get going. Okay, today we are making a traditional New Orleans gumbo. And we went shopping. You're going to see the video where we went into Fiesta and we got all of these wonderful products. One thing that you have to have, if nothing else besides chicken and sausage, of course the shrimp and the crab, you have to have the Patton's hot links. This hot sausage has to be done. It's only made in New Orleans and from a tradition. My mother, my grandmother, and my great-grandmother made this, and my gumbo has not tasted the same without it. And once Fiesta got it, after Hurricane Katrina, and we were able to come here, it was a great thing. So now we have chopped up, this is our Patton's hot sausage, which we're going to put in here. We have smoked sausage and cubed ham, or you can use a cubed ham shank. We have beef stew, chicken drumettes,
Shrimps,
crabs, the blue gut, and they have to be the blue crabs. I know a lot of people, sometimes they use snow crabs, but you can find these in Fiesta or even in HEB if you're in the Houston area and the Texas area. You can, oh, now see this one right here? Look at that claw. That's a good one again. Yeah, I want that meat up in there.
The claws are juicy.
This one gonna be juicy.
Yeah, the claws are juicy.
This is gonna be a juicy crab. But you can get this blue crab as well in Fiesta or in HEB. It's called gumbo crab. We need gumbo filet, whole thyme, or you can get ground thyme, either one. We have parsley flakes. Oh, this is another thing of thyme. We have our trinity, which is bell pepper, celery, and onion. It's already pre-chopped. We have a mise en place, which means we have everything prepared already for you to go, which makes it easy. We have our flour. This is with our thyme and our rosemary's in here. Our bay leaves are here. Our bell peppers and everything we already have pre-chopped, and this is everything. We're trying to get this as fast and simple as possible. What we're going to try to show you is how to make gumbo on a mom's time frame. Still good, still great, but still in a timely manner. So we'll be back with you. We're going to get back to our pot. Right now we have our thyme and our rosemary and our basil. It's toasting in oil on our pot, so you can probably smell it. I know you guys can't smell it, but I know you guys can.
We can.
But we smell it. It's the thyme, rosemary, and the basil right over here in this pot, and it's toasting. And the next thing we're gonna do is add our chicken and our beef so we can get this started. See you in a minute. Okay, so here we have added the chicken that was pre-seasoned, which I did not tell you. We pre-seasoned all the meat. Pre-seasoned the chicken. Oh,
Look this.
and the stew meat. Okay, yeah, that's a hot one. Here it is, the stew meat and the chicken, and we're just cooking it down. And inside there we have rosemary, thyme, and bay leaves, just to get that. But we have pre-seasoned the meat with the Tony Chachere's, with the Old Bay season, garlic powder, onion powder, accents. With everything, we season everything on its own so that it can bring its own flavor once it cooked down in that season to this gumbo, which makes it a great pot. So next we're going to add the okra. Okra definitely is optional. You do not have to add okra, but okra is something great, a vegetable to add if you can. If you want to introduce everything to your family, okra is a wonderful thing to add. So we're going to add that okra in here. And we're going to have that cooked down. And next we're going to add our onions, our celery, our garlic. And what else we have? Onion, celery, garlic, and bell pepper. Yeah, our Holy Trinity. How can I forget? Our Holy Trinity with garlic. We're going to add that to here and just let it cook down. And we'll be right back. Okay, so to this pot, and you probably can't see because it is so steaming hot. We have added the chicken and the okra. We have also added all the Holy Trinity and the flour. We just cooking it down. This is my fast roux. Some people may not understand. I know some people say, oh, you have to make a roux in another pot. But this is my fast roux. This is what happens when you have children and you ain't trying to cook all them different pots, and you don't want to clean all them different pots. But this is the chicken, the stew meat, the vegetables, and all the seasoning inside of here. And I have also seasoned the meat. I seasoned the stew meat and I seasoned the chicken to come in here. I season everything before it even gets to the pot because everything needs to have its own flavor when it comes together in this gumbo. Alright, let me scoot back because I know it is foggy. And the next thing that I'm going to add is the ham and the andouille sausage. Okay, now to this gumbo we have added the ham and the andouille sausage and also our first set of shrimp stock. This is what we did with our shrimp shells after we peeled them. We put them in here, which makes our shrimp stock. And to the shrimp stock we added, you have an option if you want to add like a seafood boil, like a crawfish boil, you can add that, which will be enough flavor and enough spice to add to your gumbo. It's up to you. But to this we have added the Old Bay, Tony Chachere's paprika, seafood magic, garlic powder, onion powder, accent. This is what we've added to here just to boil our shrimp heads, to kind of like do a seafood boil, but also, you know, get that stock in there. I gotta do a better job at this camera stuff. But here it is. We're gonna add the second pile of the shells that we added to here. And in here we have our chicken, our ham, our andouille sausage. We have our okra, garlic, onion powder. We have all of our seasonings. Oh, and he's gonna have to black this out because it is smoked out. But this is what he have here. Alright, and the next thing we're gonna add is our Patton's hot sausage, our shrimp, and our crab, because they take the least amount of time to cook. But our Patton's hot sausage is gonna go next. And once we pour our stock from here into here, we'll add the Patton's hot sausage and let that boil for about 10 more minutes. And then we'll add our crab for like about 5-10 minutes, and then we'll add our shrimp last because it doesn't take much for the shrimp. And then our gumbo will be done. Alright, it has been some time now. We're bringing our gumbo back up to a boil. We've added our crabs in there. And we have everything in there except for the shrimp. So we're going to add our gumbo filet. And we're going to do something which I call sprinkle the pot. I know I have a recipe which I'm going to put below. Oh, here it is. But we're going to add the gumbo filet right here. And I'm just going to sprinkle the pot, which is from here to here. You can always add it in there as you want to. And once we do this and we bring it up to a boil, we'll turn it off and add our shrimp. And then everything will be done. Okay, now the gumbo is boiling. We added our filet. So based on the consistency, you do not have to add more roux if you don't want to, but we're just going to go ahead and make one just to give it just a little bit more thickness, but you can, according to your likeness, how you want it. But we're just going to go ahead and make a roux in another pot just to add in here, just to make it just a tad bit thicker. So when we have our pot here, a roux is going to be 1 part flour to 1 part fat. So we're just going to add some oil in here. And we have our fire on, and I'm gonna guess that's a tablespoon or 2, but you'll be able to see. And we'll add 2 tablespoons of flour. Now what I do with my roux is I always add the seasoning, the same seasoning that I put in. I add it in there because I don't want to just add a flour taste to the gumbo. Because you know, you don't want to add that in there. Yeah. So we'll add a little paprika in there. a little bit of Tony's extras, not too much because we already tasted it and we have a good flavor of salt. Some Old Bay. A little tap of the accent. Some onion powder. Garlic powder. And just for toastiness, I will add just a tad bit of rosemary because once we go to skim the grease, that rosemary, a lot of the rosemary and those herbs, it'll come out once we skim the grease after the hot sausage grease starts breaking into the gumbo. So we'll just put that in there and let that start toasting up, and we'll make this. And we're almost finished, so we'll just alright. And we'll just keep stirring this up and let it cook. And we'll add just this little bit. This is probably just enough to give it just a little bit more thickness. Now before, we didn't actually make a roux in a separate pot. We just put the flour in it as we was cooking down the meats, and they covered so it's browned at the bottom of that one pot. That's just what I do, just try to prevent from. Okay, we'll just continue to stir this, and we'll be right back.
From a health professional, that doesn't repair. When that's burned out, it's gone forever. These kids, they don't understand that shit.
All right, so what I have done was we made our roux, and I added some of the liquid from the pot in here so I can temper it. And now I'm gonna go back and add the roux, and it's nice and thick. I'm gonna add this back to the pot, and we'll be done. We'll just add the shrimp and then we'll plate it up and we'll be right back. Okay, this is the final. This is our gumbo. All done. We've added our shrimp. Everything is in here. It's cooked down, so we're just going to plate it up. All right. Hey girls, what y'all think of the gumbo?
I didn't taste it yet.
You didn't taste it yet? It's good?
Yes.
I'm going to have to figure out how to.
It's hot too.
It's hot?
Can I put this in the freezer?
Oh, blow it each child.
Hi, I hope I'm in the view of the camera, but I do want to say thank you all so much for watching this video today. It was very special to me because my neighbor asked to make gumbo, which gumbo is a big part of who I am and what the culture is in New Orleans. And, you know, it's a dish that originated in southern Louisiana, like during the 18th century. But what made it come together was bringing the different cultures to make it what it was. And although we did not add everything that we were supposed to add for the gumbo, like with my family recipe, we add like gizzards, which I didn't add that in there, which I don't eat, but I don't know why they add gizzards in there. And as well as, I didn't add smoked sausage in there. The only thing I added was the andouille sausage, and the patent hot sausage was 100%. I feel like has to be in there in order to make it my grandmother's gumbo, is with the patent hot sausage. Some people don't put that in there. You can omit anything that you don't want in or take it away, but the main things that you have to have in your gumbo to make it a filet gumbo is the gumbo filet. If you don't want the seafood, you don't have to do it, although we use the seafood shells from the shrimp to make the stock. That gives it its flavor of my family. And what I'm giving to you is my recipe, and it's something that we have handed down from, you know, my grandmother, my mom, great grandmother, this is just was their recipe of it. And the filet, actually, if you think about it, it comes from the sassafras root. And I think the filet is, I believe my mother-in-law told me it's from the leaves of the sassafras root is where you get the filet. And it gives it that flavor, that New Orleans flavor that you want. And it is a very big, important part of making the gumbo, our gumbo. As what I could close my eyes and remember my grandmother making, and I really appreciate like being in the kitchen and watching my mom. I just remember my grandmother, another dish that I remember her making, she made these stuffed crabs and these little, oh my gosh, these stuffed crabs was just like amazing. And that might be my next dish, just to honor my grandmother. Her birthday was March 6th of this year. And Mother's Day is coming up. Maybe I might do that. Just do some stuffed crabs because that was something that she always made that I remembered and I loved. But the dish is just combines ingredients of the culinary practices of the several cultures of the West African, the French, Spanish, and German. You know, they had and Choctaw Indians because, you know, there were 7 flags that was over Louisiana in that area, and I think that it's just the combination of all of them put together, but mostly the filet and the okra, which I did put in there, okra comes from Africa, and the filet definitely was from the Native Americans. And that is 2 of the main dishes that I did, ingredients, not dishes, but the 2 main ingredients that I added into the gumbo to make it what it was. But I want to thank you all so much. I will definitely have to put the recipe in the description box below if you can like and subscribe. If there's anything that you feel that you want me to cook or try. Next week I have another, anniversary edition for one of my great friends, and she's also another neighbor that will be preparing a wonderful meal for her and her husband. Something that's a little bit intimate for them. But what else do I have coming? I have some wedding cakes and some cake pops and some cupcakes. I have a lot of all of those things coming up as well. I know you guys, well, anybody that's probably subscribed to my channel knows me for baking my cakes and doing my sweet things. But one thing that I am so serious about is having a home and an environment for everyone to come in and for you cook for them and enjoy just the company that you keep. So that's why I say my name is Avis Abear with Abear and Company. Make sure your company is as fabulous as mine. And I say that because you are the company that you keep. So make sure your company is as fabulous as mine, because today I had a wonderful day with Karen and with the girls and my daughter. We went shopping. You know, it just brought it somewhere different. We shopping for gumbo. We teaching them how to shop, check off our checklist for ingredients, which is good for them to know in the future. But not only that, she can always reference back on this video when she wants to make her gumbo, because she says, I always go to everyone else and they say they got gumbo, but I want you to teach me how to make gumbo, and that makes me feel very proud, and I'm excited about it. But thank you all so much. I'll see you on the next video. And I will say, my name is Avis Abear with Abear and Company. You are the company that you keep, so make sure your company was as fabulous as mine today. Thank you and God bless. See you next time.